Alright. Slowly getting started. How is everybody doing? Oh, wait. There we go. Having issues setting this up a little bit, but now it should be good. Alright, so I'm dying right now. Okay, so just to work on hey everybody. Just to setting up a little bit expectations. This will be a slightly different live stream, just because I'm a bit free time wise. I don't have that much free time lately, at least to set up a video and do a whole thing. So instead, what we're doing is a new sort of format. I'm gonna try and do like 1 hour live streams. Can you level the mic up a bit? What's going on with the mic? Let's see. Can't really do much about the mic. Is on full on thing. I don't know, ever since I'm here in the setup people can't hear me, but there's nothing I can do about the mic sadly. It is pushed to its maximum. I can't make it any louder. I can turn off the music, which I did, but I will not be able to do anything else. Which is weird because like I was using the same mic setup last time, and then you could hear me, so annoying. I don't know what to do with this to make it louder, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know. I maybe I need to update my OBS Studio. I have no idea what's going on with the mic. I will keep on talking and you just tell me if it is getting any better or not. Device properties. Okay, I pulled that up a little bit. It is magical stuff, sadly. Levels are all the way up to like I can't really push it any higher. Much better. Okay. Well, now it's too loud. Okay, let me pull this down a little bit. Okay, so maybe that was the issue then. hopefully we're in around a good volume now. I pulled this down a little bit. Let's see. Okay. So we should have a somewhat pleasant microphone experience now. Well, you guys want it loud. There we go. I leveled it. Okay, good now. All right. Can I just turn down? No, I mean the thing is that I hate unleveled audio when I'm watching movies. So I want to be at the level that is okay for everybody. Okay, so what is this brush? What are we doing today? We are doing a little bit of Fallout prop design, or at least something in that direction. Thing is, I am, like you guys know that I'm in the middle of move. I'm moving, and I have a little bit less time to dedicate a whole day for making a video. Usually I dedicate my Mondays to just make a video, but now with moving and everything, don't really have the time. So I thought we'd try something new. We try this setup where I do like a 1 hour live stream on Monday, which if I have time, I cut it down to a shorter video. But the main thing I want to do within these videos, so I want to do a series of prop design, just so we do a little bit of prop design. I've also been watching Feng Zhu's glorious return to our YouTube, and I really like his stuff, and I like what he's talking about as well. And being an industrial designer who doesn't really do a lot of rendering, I wanted to go a little bit into this word here, design, and design thinking, and not necessarily just drawing, because when we draw something, we design something, we have to use our noggin a little bit. So that's what we're going to do here. So if you came for a drawing video, there's going to be probably less drawing in this video, more about methodology and how I approach the beginning of design. So if I do this, give me a second. Let me pull this actually over here. Let's pull this over here. Design steps. And we have 7, we have 5, we have 7. There's many different approaches to design. Copy image. Let's paste this one. Whoa, it's a big one. Okay, so we put this one in here, and let me draw over this with red and what we're doing here. So let's start with 1. Define the problem. So whenever you wanna draw something, first it's a good idea to define what you want to draw. So I said prop design here. What do we want to do with prop design for Fallout? I really I recommend everybody go and check out in general all of Feng Zhu's videos, but he emphasizes many times that whenever you draw something, a prop, you can draw a couple of boxes, add a little bit of 3D on it, and then if you want to cheat, you just add some weapons to it. You add something that looks sci-fi and that has a couple of, I don't know, anti-air missiles to it. And then you can also add some tracks, make it a tank, and okay, that's a prop. But that's easy. Like adding weapons to anything will make it look cool. So I like the approach of making everyday objects. So for that, I was thinking, okay, what could be a cool, interesting Fallout prop that we want to design? And I want to do pre-war technology. Namely, I want to do camera phone. So basically, what is a smartphone version in Fallout, or before the bombs fell. All right, and I'm gonna read the messages a little bit slower, so be a bit patient there with me. Turn down, stop putting the mic and have you started watching the new Fallout series? Yes, so I finished watching the new Fallout series, and that's why I wanted to do this as well, because it was really, really fun. And then I immediately installed Fallout 4 and played it for 2 hours and immediately uninstalled it. Just not my thing. Draw a retro future nuclear moving truck. Yeah, so that's what we're not going to do. We're not going to do big stuff like that. We're going to be very subdued. Prem Kumar, can you please create a playlist for beginners Photoshop drawing tutorial? I don't have Photoshop tutorials that much, so I can't really do a playlist out of that. All right, so define. Back to red. So we are doing camera phone without an E at the end. There we go. So we are doing a camera phone, which is pre-war. So this is this define part. Then we move on to conduct our research. And I think I had this over here. Yeah, there we go. And I had some things prepared here, just all sorts of general props. And just to define props, because people ask me every now and then, okay, what is a prop? Actually, I have music going in the background. I'll leave it in the background now for now. So what is a prop? Props usually come from theater, where you have a stage, and then you have the curtains, and then you have the mountains in the background, or a house or buildings, and then you have a table here, and a chair there, and another chair there, and then maybe a wardrobe there, and then you have your actors. And then prop basically is everything on this stage, so everything here that is not an actor. So that's what we call props. And that this term went over into movies and video games as well. So basically when we're talking about props, we're talking about all the elements, from chairs to glasses to everything can be a prop. Cars, bigger things like cars, tanks, guns, all these things are props. Okay, Nico Corti, I'm super excited. It's been a while since I joined you last time. Welcome back, Mr. Nico Corti. This should be good for you, although you are 3D, so I'm not sure what you'll take away from this. Matsubab CRT screen, big block phone. Something like that, but we want to see what we can do with that. I've tried to play Fallout more or less 6 times and I always get lost and bored. But I read it, every art book. The art of Fallout is amazing, I love it. I wish I liked the games. Did you try the earlier games? So one of my, I played quite a bit of New Vegas, but also got bored with that as well. But 4 just doesn't do it at all. 3 also got bored, but I did like Fallout Tactics, and I think I was too young when 1 and 2 were out, but Fallout Tactics was really fun. And hello Manu, welcome. So let's go to part 2, research. So this is either you get lost here or you get bored and don't do enough. So usually it's what I see people is either bored and not enough, or people totally get lost in research and they just never stop. It goes on forever and ever. So these are sort of, it's nice to find a good balance there in the middle, because yeah, it can go very, very both ways. So with the research, I also want to go a little bit back to define, and because we know, so phone is what we're doing, so I would like to just check up some phones, but it's a good thing to do a little bit what designers call a mind map. So I just want to do not just phone, but all sorts of smaller props. I also want to look at world style, and then for smaller props I want kitchen, and then in the kitchen we can look at toasters, we can look at microwaves. Basically you put a mind map together for yourself what sort of things you want to look at. We have blenders. And then here you can go on, you can quickly feel like, oh, I don't know what else. Think a little bit, you can always add more, or you also get lost and you just constantly generate. Make sure that you stay in a nice middle where you feel like, okay, I have enough or I don't have enough, add a couple more, but you don't need to go overboard. So it's still, I would like to add at least 2-3 more. I don't really, mixer, there we go. We can have a mixer. I'm looking for some mechanical utensils, mechanical, electrical, stuff like that. Saying it comes from properties because they were properties of the theater. There we go. Very good. Teaching us. Nico, I'm doing industrial design in the 4th year and I want to do prop design as a career, so I'm excited about this video. Well, it is just the first. I should have written first part into the thumbnail. Okay, back to the kitchen. Blenders, microwaves, toasters. Let's add one more. Coffee grinder. There we go. Then we can look at living room. We can have a TV, radio. We already had computers. Let's also move this so it's a little bit more handy. We had the house robot. And the phone is already there, but just let me add it again. Telephone. Okay, and then the world style, I want to look into what art style. So we know that it's like 50s Americana, 50s, maybe 60s Americana is what they use there. This combined with, so this is the retro part, but retro futuristic. And we also have a lot of like overblown futuristic elements. So not necessarily something that we would call now futuristic, but maybe back in the day they thought, oh, that would be futuristic. Hello, sir. I like the formality, says Manu. Yes, hello, welcome. Look up touchy-feely book for handheld design objects. Let's do that. Let's see what that is. This looks like for kids, man. What is, oh, here, there we go. Okay. I imagine this one. Yeah, I imagine I would need to actually have the book in my hand for it to be useful. But all right, okay. So let's move on. By the way, Feng Shui started making yeah, that's why we're doing this video, and that's what I said in the beginning, that he inspired me to do a prop design video. So we have things to do. So this is our sort of like to-do list. Let me put it into a small frame so we know that this is our to-do list. So I want to look at the style first. So this is really not that drawing-y. This is just you looking up a lot of stuff. So is the future inspired by what the people of the 50s thought it would be. Art Deco aesthetic and fence dominant. Art Deco, Googie, and Ray Gun Gothic. There we go. So Art Deco, I knew that Art Deco is going to be there, and Art Deco is one of my favorite styles. So I'm just going to do Art Deco Fallout, and we are looking for some nice imagery. And Art Deco, very quickly you can find mostly, not mostly, but a lot in architecture. It was quite a famous style within architecture. So then we can, and in posters. So this is very typical Art Deco stuff that you can find. And the thing is, I don't want the destroyed buildings, which our Fallout is going to give me. And this is where you have to think a little bit outside of the box, right? So we are designing for a game world, Fallout, but we know, as it said here, let me come over there, we know that it's based on 1950s. So then we have to look up what is 1950s Americana and Art Deco. So you don't have to strictly stick within Fallout, but something that is very helpful, for an example, I just saw this pre-war aesthetic Fallout. So here we can hopefully get some inspiration out of as well. And we get good monikers. So it says Atomic Punk. I don't think I ever heard of Atomic Punk, but sounds actually fun. And of course, we want the art style, or no, aesthetic even. That's even better. So yeah, this is exactly like this sort of gives us shitty AI images, because that's what everything is now, AI images. But in general, we are getting these very streamlined AI images, one after the other. Oh, kill me now. I know, I talk that AI is not that bad. I talk about it a lot, but I don't want AI generated images when I'm doing my search. Like honestly, Google and Pinterest and all these things need a button to turn this stuff off, to just give me non-AI stuff, because this is now very annoying. But you can see, so this is what we're going for, like sort of nuclear powered train stuff. So this is all worth opening a PureRef for, and it's worth putting this stuff together in PureRef. As long as we find more examples that are not AR generated, of course. Shift A, I don't need it in the foreground. Thank you very much. I have the Fallout 4 art book file if you want. Yes, let's not do that on the stream. I'm not sure how legal it is to share that. Seems like we can get a community challenge from this, you know, to a piece Bogdan, like designing props for a specific very clear setting. Think about those 4 guys that always... Yeah, I was thinking that this would be a fun community challenge, but at the same time, I don't have time for that, sadly. Have you ever thought of design philosophy by culture? Why are Russian war machines more bubbly and round in shape than Americans? Why is Asian stuff often interwoven with symbols of history? Those are good questions. I mean, I didn't research it, but I was always thinking about, because German panzers are very strict and angled, and the Americans are a little bit streamlined, and the Russians are indeed very bubbly. Okay, what am I doing? Not here. Okay, let's stick with retrofuturism a little bit. So this is part of the video that you're not. That's why I said not a lot of drawing is going to happen here. It's all about research, and then depending on what you're doing, you can spend hours on this. I'm still. So I want to do 50s Americana aesthetic. And I'm going to do kitchen. And this should help us quite a bit. Now here you can see everything is nice and rounded. So this chair, I love this chair a lot. Exactly what I'm looking for. Let's see where we can, if we have, oh, there we go. That's a nice copy image. Yeah, the internet is doomed. Indeed. Add the Mercury steam engine train to the PureRef. I will do that in a minute. Yeah, it is still daylight. It's only 9 o'clock. You know, Roducci, if you here, let's do a quick break in our thing. Here's planet Earth, and this is the equator. And then the more you move away from the equator during summer, the longer the days. And then in winter, they're shorter. So it's not uncommon that the sun goes up at 5:30 a.m. in the morning, and it goes down after 10 p.m. in the evening during summer. So that's why it's still nice and light here. Right now it's 9 p.m. pp. It's 9 pp. No, we're just. I don't think we should be relatively close because we're on the same line. Ooh, there we go, nice kitchen. So here you can also, in general, this is good for. Oh, wrong. There we go. This is pure F. Oh, no, you didn't copy the right thing. I said copy image, not save as. Well, I said save as, but I didn't mean to say save as. So we're nicely putting together. You can also kitchen equipment, just to hone in more. There we go. So this is just something that you have to get used to. I remember first time I started working or on concept art when I was doing my internship at Guerrilla Games. I had days where I was wasting a whole day just looking for good references, just because it takes a while until you have a good workflow and know how to search and what to search for. This feels a bit, there we go, I wanted the fridge. This is the fridge that we want. There we go. Yeah, exactly, Smeg refrigerator. That's all 50s, or usually 50s, 60s, maybe late 40s. This is a nice find as well. Absolutely horrid, low quality. Oh no, there we go, it was just loading. Copy image, paste that in there. Okay, do we have any more good kitchen stuff here? These are a bit more modern, so you have to watch out not to go too modern. Okay, but we can also switch to living room, and I can take away the equipment for now. And then we are looking for the living room. So you can see the TV, big CRT. And then let's put these a little bit further away from what we need. Big TV. I like the furniture here. Very big image, okay. Whenever you don't want big images, they give you big images. When you're looking for smaller ones, oh, there we go. I like this. Look at all those nice rounded shapes. Giant image again. Come on. I bet if I would say, oh, just give me just ginormous images, then it wouldn't give me ginormous images. It's a dick. All right. So let's see. This is a nice one as well. So I am going to also focus on specific, because right now I don't see a telephone here and I want a telephone. Aesthetic telephone, there we go. So this is the typical, oh, this is a good one. Let me just grab a couple of these. Because our thing is going to be a telephone. Copy image, paste it. Like actually I could sort of move this over here and then I could cluster my phones in the middle a little bit. Let's see what else, because the phones will look relatively similar. I don't want to go too far back in time. Let's take this, looks also very nice. Ah, it's actually buttons. I don't even know if this is rotational or not. Copy image, let's paste that in there. Okay, So what other things do we have? Television. Let's take a small break, drink some water, and catch up with the chat. How do I get into prop design professionally? There is any course or programs I can get into development? So the thing is, if you're an industrial designer, you're naturally doing prop design. So that's just something that comes. Why are we freaking out now? That should come natural. That comes natural in the sense that whenever you design, so whatever you design for school, that's already props for real life, usable props. The only difference is you're doing it for video games and don't actually have to make it functional. But how to get into it? The best thing is if you know either of a game dev company where you can do an internship, or you try to collaborate with indie game devs who need that sort of stuff. So just throw your name out there, approach people. If there's some favorite games that you like that have been done by indie developers, tell them like, hey, I want to learn this. I'll help you out for free. I do a couple of props. Just reach out. And of course, the more you do, like you can also just set these sort of challenges for yourself. So you can say, where's my Photoshop? You can say, I'm going to do my own Fallout prop designs, or I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 props, and then you set a schedule for yourself. Another thing that I didn't do here now, but so that's what we did in one of my previous projects, is that I told people that there is a timeline, there's 2 weeks, spend X amount of time on research, then Y amount of time on sketching, and then do some choosing, like A, B, and C, and then work them out a little bit, and then choose A, B, or C. Let's say you choose B, and then work that one out a little bit more. So the whole point is you set yourself you set yourself a schedule, and then you keep to that, and then this way, in let's say 6 weeks, you already have 3 props, for which hopefully you have a 3/4 view, maybe you have some detailed views, and you have a front and also a side view. And then with that, that's already a good start to put on your ArtStation or Instagram. And you can approach, as I said, indie game guys like, hey, I did these props, do you need anything in that direction? Okay, so I just want to add a couple of check marks. We looked at kitchens, we looked at living room. Let's go one by one. So I want to do TV, radio, and then we're gonna, telephone is down. Where is my, there we go. So television. So nice, big, ginormous CRT things. Where is my... I know, Radushi, you said that I can drag and drop, but I don't want this taking up too much space. So I'm just doing this. Like, I like this as well. Look at this. So this sort of little bit over-engineered things, it just really speaks to me. I don't know why. I'm gonna load, okay, copy image, pop in the ginormous image. Ooh, look at this. Now there we go. Isn't that a beaut? That is a CRT dream. And I should slowly stop, but I'm really enjoying. Do we have this yet? No. Very similar to this one, but still. Copy image. Okay. I think this is enough for TVs. Let's do computer. Let's see what we can find. I haven't played Fallout, but this video seems fun. You should watch Fallout on Netflix. Bubbly round CRT TV on pointy legs with chrome elements and 2 antennas. Those are TVs, my friend. What? Wait. 50s American aesthetic, computer, and it gives me this. Okay, let's just do 50s computer aesthetic. Let's leave out the Americana. Nope. PC case? My friend. 50s computer, will this work? Or they just didn't have computers back in the 50s? Okay, this is not a real image, but I guess we'll take it. I guess we'll take it. Yeah, it is basically just a TV, because of course, but you know what, let's take some of the tech. That will be good, that will be good. Just take some of this tech, I mean, look at this. Oh, this is some horrible AI generated bullcaca. Look at the hands, look at the nonsense. Very disappointing that AI is just... I want to be your friend, AI, but you're just annoying me now. Mayo, hi. In 1980, without Google or Pinterest, would it have been possible to create this art without access to these inspirational images and without books? Okay, let's do another segue. And there's one of my favorite ever industrial designers, visionaries, concept artists. His name was Sid Mead. And Sid Mead was born in 1933 and died in 2019. He worked on many famous movies, and he didn't have Pinterest. He didn't have many of these things. Oh, okay, what is this then? Let me turn off. So let's take a look at the stuff that he created without any sort of Pinterest or Google or stuff like that. So you still had a whole bunch of books. You had technical books in the libraries about how engines are built, how all sorts of, like, for the you know those cutaways and explosion images. Like, you can learn a lot from those. And then if you look at the stuff that he came up with without the help of Google, I still think he had reference. You had a whole bunch of car magazines. You had car magazines with they had concepts, future concepts. So you can get inspired by those things as well. Of course, all his things have a certain style, because now if you look at futuristic movies or whatever, everything is a hologram or everything is touchscreen, blah blah blah. If you go back to Star Trek, where they had big buttons and stuff like that. So there is a certain style how the people in the 80s imagined the future. So you can sort of see that in his visuals. But they're still fantastic, and they still have a whole lot of originality in it. So don't jump to conclusions that you necessarily need the internet to come up with good reference images. You can do that just by going to the library. And these days, and this is something that Feng Zhu said as well, that AI is very good at regurgitating what's already on the internet. So AI is going to create a lot of images that based on a lot of concept artists that already did. So actually, if you go to a library, take out some old books and get inspired by those visuals, you can create art that is actually different from what you can find on the internet now. But yeah, also let me give a shout out to LV426 Night Ops for this video. Yeah, check it out. This is Sid Mead, amazing person. All right, back to Photoshop and back to you guys. Search for Cobra telephone. All right, I'll listen to you. Let's see this Cobra telephone. Oh, this one. Oh no. This looks not safe for work. Okay, let me add this in there as well, but this just looks very not safe for work for me. But sure, let's add it. Okay, let's get one or two more computer images. Okay, this looks pretty good. quite big again. Let's make it a bit smaller. I really have to take, it says Midjourney, yeah. It did feel AI, didn't it? These are definitely AIs. And this is a modern recreation, but I think we have relatively enough. I'll take this one. This is cool, just having a big board like this. Okay, so we have computers. There we go. Let's go back to our Photoshop. I'm gonna check computer. We have radios are fun as well. 1950s radios. In the meantime, let's see if we said anything else. No, it's not going to be a long video. In this video, we're not going to do any drawing, Hossein. As I said in the beginning, it's going to be a bit disappointing for people who expect drawing. We're not going to be drawing in this video. We just do the whole research part. Yeah, I was thinking that it was a bit later. Gathering reference is not important. Yeah, gathering reference is important, and also where you gather it from. Google Sphinx computer concept, 80s Russian prototype. Okay, I'm googling these things. Let's see. So it was Sphinx computer concept. Let's see. We're here to have fun. Okay, let's see. Oh wow. All right. Okay. This is not bad. This is very cool, actually. Like a foldable, take it with you. Not bad, not bad. Okay, let's do some radios. So I want to do a bit more towards, I know this is a render. I want to do a bit more metallic. I don't want the super old wooden. So let's take this one. There we go. This one looks also rendered. The funny thing is, I've seen a couple of these in my time. Let's take this though. I like it. These are all renders. Too old. Oh, this is nice. This is nice. This is very nice. Do we have this? No. Yes. This is very similar. Actually, it could be the same almost. Where are its buttons? Very cool. This could be a, I don't know, it's a modern one, just looks like back in the old days. Okay, I think with radios we don't have to overdo it. I'm just gonna check it off. Of course, house robot we don't have. Let me see if we had microwaves in the 50s. That's actually I don't know if we had microwaves, but apparently we did. Okay, so this is a nostalgia retro wave. So this is a modern microwave that's made to look like it's from the 50s. But they were, copy image, quite bulky, not as rounded as I thought they would be, because you can sort of see, right? You see these nice rounded edges everywhere. These nice. So this is something that we're going to take with us into our design. That's the penis. Do you think it's important to learn art like fine art to do this kind of things? It helps. I don't think it's necessary, but it's becoming dark now. Let me turn on the light. Just a second. For me, the fundamentals is what I say are always more important than actual fine art, because fine art also teaches the fundamentals, but we're we're not using drawing as art in this case. We're using drawing as a way of communication. The main thing that we're doing is we're trying to design something, and then drawing and photo bashing and all these things are going to be our tool to put everything together. Yeah, so I just think they didn't have microwaves that much back in those days. So I'm just gonna take the couple of images that I found and use those. So I'm just gonna check that one off. And then we're gonna do Blender. My voice is going away. Scott Robertson calls it a visual reference library. Take your phone, go to a technical museum, and happily snap away on all the tasty details and rods and mechanics, but also shapes and fuselages. I agree with that, and I do that as well. Like when I go to some sort of museum, I always go for the technical things, and I just shoot a million little photos. Smeg, more smeg. Where is my kitchen stuff? Let's go up to kitchen stuff above there. Yeah. Look at this, is pretty cool as well. So right now, when you're doing this, also like you might be, okay, what am I looking for? I'm looking for everything that's two things, or no, two things, several things, but one has an interesting silhouette. And in this case, of course, they mostly look the same, but you can see that this looks quite different from this one. So this one, let me get Shift A yet. If we look at this, its silhouette comes a little bit like this, and then this thing comes there, as opposed to just a simple this on top of it. So that's why this caught my eye. So this sort of, I don't want to call it discrepancies, but this sort of differences are the things that I'm looking for. But this looks way too modern for me. That's not so interesting. This looks quite interesting, even though probably it's just a render. But, oh no, here. Oh, great. It is modern, but nonetheless, I like what it looks like. And it fits the style. And the rest is somewhat similar, smag. But the rest is, of course, you can't expect too much variety from something like a Blender. But okay, we're gonna check that one off. We're gonna do some toasters. Throw the word aesthetic in there, just to be sure. Looks like my life is perfect. Wow. We're not going to draw any cute anime again. No. Yeah, we're doing toasters now, indeed. And of course, smeg again. It's a big 50s icon, apparently. Let's just take this. I like this better. But these are renders. I don't like There we go. Copy image. It's a bit darker. I wouldn't call it optimal image, but I do not want to use renders necessarily. Is everything a smeg now? I feel like I don't need everything to be a smeg. Slot, retro. Okay, I do retro and don't give me, okay, smeg. Well, okay, we're gonna have one toast. We're gonna have one piece of toaster and another smeg. Okay, here, this one looks interesting. I don't know what this is. Oh, that's cool. Here we go. See, it's worth sticking a little bit around, because this is already a cool little mechanism that you have to open that, and that's how it's being nice. I didn't even know toasters like this existed, and this is something good, because for the future, if I'm ever designing something, this can be some sort of other device as well. It doesn't need to be a toaster. It has some heating things in there. You close it, you trap the bread in there. So that's pretty cool. Okay, and let's see if we have mixers. Maybe aesthetic might be a mistake. That brings the smeg, doesn't it? No, smeg is there. Jeetje. Okay, there's only smeg if you say 50s. I could do retro mixer. So we're going, let me take just one of these smegs. We're getting bigger and bigger. And I'm just gonna do retro mixer. Okay, we get the big mixers. I'm fine with those as well, not necessarily a problem. We can take a smeg one again. Why not? Okay. This seems not real to me, to be honest. I'm not gonna go with that. But this looks real. And this one gave us some more options here. But it's itself, but still. I'll take this copy image. Okay, I think we are in a good, because we had toasters, we had mixers. Let's do coffee grinder. That was Kim's idea. I like that. Retro coffee grinder. Well, that's a bit too retro. Let's try 50s. Yeah, more like this. Moulinex. This is way too big. Let's make it a bit smaller. Okay. Do we have anything? More smegs. More smegs. Well, I guess I can grab these and pop them in there, just in case. Okay. So I think we're good. Where's my photo? Let's take a small break. Let's zoom out a bit. I'm just gonna check this off. Let's read some messages. Half of those videos could also be copy-pasted as vehicle grill. Actually, a nice idea to add a symmetric circle, dual things on a car. Exactly. So this is what these are good for. They look like something else. Is this 7-level design thinking process same for creature and character? You can apply it there too. Indeed you can. KitchenAid A9 coffee grinder maybe. Do 1 or 2 stretches and then let's take a look at that KitchenAid. Skip. KitchenAid A9. Why do you know these things so by name? A9 coffee grinder. Let's see what Kim. The old one definitely. Look at this. It looks like one of those dispensers. I like this. Copy image. I like this quite a bit. Let's pop this in and then there we go. Okay. So and here just if we pop back to this a little bit, I think we had a couple. Where did we start out? Okay. So let me just move this a little bit over here. We had living room here, kitchen here, and actually let me then position these other kitchen things around the kitchen. That would make more sense, wouldn't it? Like that. Okay, so all the kitchen things are there, and then I want a little bit, just let me get a bit more Art Deco stuff. Aesthetic. So this is endless, so I am going to limit myself. I want to find 3 things. 3 things, and then I can move on. Three things that really speak to me. Like this has several things in itself, but I don't find it that useful. Like you can look at, see this sort of Gatsby writing and all the gold. You could see this here in the first one as well, like this whole Art Deco. But you usually have this in architecture. So this is not something that will reappear in a smaller device. But I want something that is inspirational. Can I do fallout combination? What will it give? I remember it gave me not the most useful things. Well, actually, wait, because I know the cars are quite Art Deco. Let's take a couple of those. So take a look at this. Copy image. Paste a couple of these in here. These should speak to us a bit. This is a cool one. There we go. A little bit of this and that. They had this atomic driven cars. I want one of those. And this is also cool. I remember this truck. I don't know where I saw it. I saw it somewhere in Fallout. And this is also nice. Copy image. Okay. So we have a bit of style guide here. So now we're sort of here. So we sort of have a world style, Art Deco, retrofuturistic, 50s. So this we all sort of did. So next, brainstorm and conceptualization. So that we can do a little bit of that. Well, we're just gonna touch on it very gently. So what I like to do is, let's call this brainstorming then. Actually, I can move this over here, and then 3. We also call this ideation. There we go. So this is where I say, okay, so smartphone. Actually, I can move this a little bit over here, and we can do. Technically, this is not necessarily research, but we take a look at the smartphone. So it has a screen. Within the screen, of course. Well, let's do this. Let's start like this. Phone/smartphone. So we started out with, it has a microphone, right? Then it has sort of a loudspeaker, and then it has either buttons, like 1, 2, 3, 0, 9, or it has this dialing circle. So these are the elements, right? We break a phone down to its elements. Okay, and this, of course, in the beginning we had the cable because it was connected. Now we moved a little bit further along, and what were our sort of dumb phones? Well, we can. What shall we do? So we had several. We had the wall-mounted ones that had the numbers here, and then you could mount the phone there. You had these ones with the numbers here, and then the phone was mounted there. So these are basically still this, but then if we move on to mobile phones, we started out with these beautiful brick brick phones, right? And then you had a tiny screen here, and this was like 80s, and then you had a big thing, and then here you had the numbers. So here we started adding, I don't want to call it an LCD, but I'll just call it a screen, even though it was tiny. And then from here we started going towards our Nokias and whatnot, where we started having slightly bigger screens. And then we started having flip phones. And this is also some research that you can do yourself if you want to see some things. But I know what phones look like. We sort of know what phones look like. I just want to go through what are the functionalities. But here, at this point, we lost the cable. So now we have satellites up in the sky. And then this is something that we will have to figure out, because right now I don't know what they used in the Fallout universe. So this is a bit of research that technically you could be doing to check out what sort of technology, because if you think of World War II, right? They had the big. Actually, let's see, how did World War II? That's all were there wireless telephones in the 50s? Why was there a Fallout actually? Okay, let's see. The first cordless phone were developed in the mid-50s, but they could not be distributed then because the radio signals were too powerful. Patents for this product came and they were wireless. Okay. So they were. Curious what it says about Fallout. So phone lines, I don't see. But then we can think about, okay, how did wireless phones work in World War II? Let's check. Oh, there's some spanning going on here. Wait, let me see. Sorry, let me see if I can do that. Okay. There. Still there, but hey. Setting up a taps on a switch called the telegraph key. So they were radio waves. Okay. All right. So radio waves. That's interesting. Even the T9 phone pad was a big design endeavor on how to order numbers, in which order. What is this? Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Okay. So we are using some sort of, so this is why I think this is important, because if we think of those big World War II sort of backpack telephones that you had this thing and then you had the sergeant screaming in his helmet behind you, right? So you had this whole thing. So this was using radio waves. So we can say, of course, this is the fun thing about concept art or prop design for video games, that you can come up with some technology yourself. So we can say that they figured out in the Fallout land, they still have big radio antennas, So let's say they have some strong radio antennas and they figured out a way that they can also transmit some, oh, I didn't press you, some video signals, not just radio signals. And then we can come up with a combination of, we have the screens, right? So we have the television screens that we saw there. Oh wait, where did we see them? In PureRef. Kind of Shift A. Okay, let's keep it up here a little bit. So there are the television screens. And then plus we have to have some sort of, the radios have the nice, let's take one of these radios. I love this split. This I know the this is also cool. That is a little bit not symmetric or asymmetric. So then we have a loudspeaker. Oh, see, this is something we didn't do that we can do right now just for fun. And Shift A, I don't need you right there. 50s microphone, because that's what we're talking into. So yeah, this is the very typical, everybody knows this microphone shape, but let's take it with us anyway. No, where is, I saw a real picture somewhere. I don't want it, this one looked good. Copy image, there we go. Just gonna put it next to the radios. This is also cool. This is cool. Oh, there we go. Now we're getting all the cool shapes. Yay, it's a big one. We don't need it that big. Don't need that big. But look at this baby. Ooh, that's a pretty one. That's a pretty one. Okay, let's make it a little bit smaller. Okay. Do we have any other? Oh, I like one more than the other. This is a good one. Yeah, look at that boy. Look at that one. Those nice. Yeah. Okay. I'll take another one of this just because it looks so pretty. Okay. So I think we're good on mics now as well, at least. So that, and then we can plus. I really like this shape for a microphone. I love that you have all these screws here, and then you have this interwoven, meshy place that you can talk into. So this would be the microphone. And then of course, you need, because it is a smartphone, it needs some sort of computery interfacey thing. So then, bruv. I'm pressing the wrong buttons and I'm calling him bruv. So then we have these buttons, or a circular thing, doesn't really matter now. We can even have both. And then you can also have some dials, because why not? And then this will sort of be our phone. Now we have to combine all of these elements into one visual. And let me hide this now. So this is what we have so far. Next stage we're going to do ideation. Prototype. So this is, I think Hossein asked if this can be applied for many things. Of course, prototype for us is just going to be the sketches. Select and finalize. What you can do here, like what we do with prototyping, is that you actually, in industrial design, you build a small prototype and you test it. You test it in the context, how it would work. You test it with people, how they would use it. This you can present to a couple of your friends. So you bring some audience, ask them what they think of it. And then based on that, you can do the whole selecting. Then you draw your thing. And then you can do another analysis, or we call it just a feedback loop, look at some elements that could be applied or not, and then you can do the improvements. Basically, that's why it's a loop, because then you can start with the improvements, you can, okay, what can I do better? But this is sort of what I wanted to do in this first episode of this live stream version. Like you guys are here in the comments, but maybe leave a comment on the live stream as well, or leave a comment here if you're okay with this sort of format, because I like it. It's sort of like almost like a classroom scenario for me, where I'm not teaching but just talking about what I'm doing. But yeah, next Monday, because if we have a live stream on Thursday, it is going to be again a just a fun live stream for whatever reasons. But on Mondays we are going to have these type of more talking. Not talking, but more learning live streams. But yeah, next Monday we are going to do the actual sketching. Sorry if you missed out on sketching in this episode, but we are going to make up for it next time around. Thank you very much for joining, sticking around, even though there was less talkaroony or less drawing in this one, and a lot of talkaroony. And I hope you enjoyed it. And yes, see you folks next time, which could be Thursday or Monday. Until then, have a good time and keep on sketching. Bye bye.